Hi, everybody, and welcome to this episode of Arkariem with Karie Gonia and Edgar Stephens. As always, today we're going to be discussing one subject, one question from various perspectives, the head, the heart, and the spirit. Before we ask today's question, we are going to introduce ourselves. Karie, can you let everyone know who you are, please?
Hi, everyone. My name is Karie Gonia, and I am a facilitator in a therapy called Family Constellation Therapy. I help people clean up ancestral trauma.
And I am Edgar Stephens. I'm a clinical hypnotherapist, and I offer my services as a coach and consultant to individuals, to nonprofit organizations, and to businesses. Together, we are Arkariem. And today, I get to ask you the question, Karie. So there's all sorts of questions around belief systems. So answer this question, two parts. What are belief systems, and how do our belief systems create our experience in the world?
Man, that's a juicy question in terms of family constellation therapy. So, belief systems in my work in family systems are, I call them kind of generational programs. It's like the computer that has never had the operating system upgraded. So, beliefs are thoughts or traumas that people within the family system have thought over and over and over again. And I grew up with them. You probably grew up with them. Everyone grows up with them. It's money doesn't grow on trees, whatever those little platitudes are that have been spewed at you. Belief systems, I think, can either cause chaos in your life, depending on what you're thinking over and over and over again and what program you're following. Once you wake up, I think beliefs can be extraordinary. Beliefs can show you that everything is possible. You can have the belief that love saves everyone, all, but I think they can be harmful if you're kind of blindly following them.
I agree with you on all of this. So again, in my work, when we take a look at the subconscious mind, we say that beliefs are built up. Really, the core beliefs are built up before the age of 10 or 11, which is why if someone wants to really influence your thought, really wants to condition you before the age of 10 or 11, it's important to do, because your core beliefs are built. What do I think about myself? What do I think about the world? What do I think about religion? What do I think about spirit? What do I think about myself? What do I think? What do I think about everything? And it's built between, about up until 10 or 11 years old. And that's when this thing called the critical filter comes in. And at that point, then we either accept new beliefs and say, well, that's congruent with what I believe, or it's incongruent, in which case we bounce these things out. Now, the thing about belief systems, much like what you're saying, they don't discriminate. They don't say, oh, this is good, so I'll keep it, and this is bad, I'll keep it. They take on what, the mind takes on, the conditioning takes on whatever it is that it's fed. So you can believe that you are beautiful or ugly. You can believe that you're smart or not smart. You can believe you're talented or not talented. You can believe you're worth something or not worth something, depending upon what you heard from the world around you, your parents, your brothers and sisters, your teachers. It's one of the reasons why we have to be very careful when we're talking to young people. There's a song that Stephen Sondheim wrote called Children Will Listen. And, and Into the Woods. And it's careful the things you say. Children will see, children will learn, children will, they listen. They not only listen, they learn that becomes their truth. And so in subjective truth, a person's belief systems about the world are based on what they heard. And what it creates for us then is, unless we do some other work like family constellation therapy, hypnotherapy, something to go in and help change those core beliefs, we may believe that way for the rest of our adult lives. And that's amazing to me, to think that whatever it is that we learned before the age of 10 or 11 might be our worldview for the rest of our lives. I mean, it explains a great deal in terms of, like Pavlov's dog, the, conditioning. It happens over and over again. And people say, I don't know what this is in my life, why this keeps happening over and over and over again. And we know from family systems, we know from belief system, from the subconscious mind, that's what it is. It's a conditioning that keeps you in what you know. The good news is there are ways to be able to break through these belief systems. We do it sometimes through a near-death experience. We do it through a huge healing experience. We can do it through family constellation therapy. We can do it through hypnotherapy. We can break through those old beliefs and we can incorporate a new belief. One of the things that happens quite often is people will say, I had this thought, or I have this thing going on. Can you take that away from me? And I always say, first of all, I can't take anything away from you. That's not within my power. Secondly, we're not going to spend time trying to take something away. Let's create something that's new dominant thought or new dominant belief. Let's create a new belief system that actually works in the direction that you want for your life to go, your mission-led life. What is the mission in life, and what are the belief systems that are congruent with that? That's how I look at belief systems and how I think it affects the experience of life.
Mm-hmm. And your work, I love that you tell them that you can't take anything away and that you're going to build on the good. My work kind of goes backwards to then go forward, right? So it like goes in and kind of tries to extrapolate all of that trauma out and then kind of rewrites it for with a future belief. It's something I want to say, because I love tools. My first real big spiritual teacher when I was in my 20s, one of the first things we worked on were belief systems, and I was like 23, 24, and I had no idea what she was talking about. And she literally made me get a piece of paper, put a line down the middle, and then put kind of all my mom and dad's stuff that I heard them say on the left-hand side, and then kind of write out my belief systems on the right-hand side and see if they lined up. And I was just blown away of, wow, just hearing repetitive things day in and day out in my environment really created some hardcore beliefs. So
it is. It's the way we're conditioned. And it's interesting. Like we may be in our 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and there's still something we heard from our mother or our father that has stuck with us, whether it's supportive of who we are or damaging who we are. The mind does not differentiate. It does not discriminate. It takes on whatever it hears, like a sponge. So if there is anyone out there that would like to communicate with us and talk with us about your belief systems, or you'd like to hear more about a specific subject, or you have a question for us, please write to us at talk2arkariem@gmail.com. That's TALK, the number 2, arkariem@gmail.com. And as always, we like to end every episode with Karie sharing something about today's subject. So today's subject, belief systems. Karie, take it away.
I would encourage people to, go in and find their top 3, top 5 belief systems and start working on rewriting those programs.